Welcome to the Recon Trader. In today's video, I will share with you some tactical analysis over on the Bitcoin charts as we take a look at the possibility of Bitcoin continuing to pump, or is it about to dump? So with that being said, let's get right into the charts. And we can start over here on the daily candles for Bitcoin USDT on the Binance exchange, where you can see Bitcoin has been chopping sideways essentially for almost 2 weeks now and is really stuck in a zone. If we drop in our psychological price levels indicator, you can see that Bitcoin is basically chopping in between essentially 30,000 and 31,000. There have been a couple wicks outside of that zone, and in fact, if we jump over to the 4-hour candles, with those same psychological levels dropped in, again, you can see Bitcoin's price chopping between 31,000 and this 30,000 level, but Bitcoin's price has pushed up to around the 31.5 level, which would be up in this area, and it has also pushed down to the 29.5 level. And so perhaps the larger zone would be between 31.5 and 29.5, and thus we would look for a breakout of either one of these zones. And a breakout is not a wick above or a wick below. We're looking for candles to close above or below these zones. So a close of Bitcoin's price above 31,000, perhaps it could be moving higher. However, we did see the close above 31,000 back here, only to get rejected up here at 31.4 or pretty close to that 31.5 level. So your strategy might actually look for a close above 31.5 to confirm Bitcoin is ready to actually run up. On the flip side, same thing. A close below 30,000 could indicate Bitcoin's about ready to dump lower. However, a stronger confirmation would more than likely be a close below 29.5. You can see it wicked right into it here, essentially wicking pretty much into it back here. So 29.5 might be the true breaking point for Bitcoin if it is to dump. But if we jump back over here to the daily candles, we can see Bitcoin's price is definitely chopping in between that 30 and 31,000 level. Now, I don't know if this is really a very valid bull flag or pennant or whatever you want to call it. But what you could do is draw in a couple lines here for what it's worth. That might look something like this for a bull pennant. Now, at one point earlier in the week, I did actually have this set up more in line with something like this, but as you can see, Bitcoin's price continued to chop sideways. It did break out above, but we didn't see the momentum push up like I would expect. However, this is a holiday week for the folks in the United States. It's Independence Day. 4th of July is the day people celebrate that, so the market will be closed tomorrow on Tuesday, and I would expect light trading throughout the week. So there is the likelihood we won't see much of a move in Bitcoin's price the rest of this week anyway. Now, something else we can take a look at would be our Recon EMA ribbon to see if we are looking bullish on the ribbon. And indeed, the ribbon is definitely bullish. We have our greens and our blues above our reds and our yellows. However, Bitcoin's price is fairly extended away from the ribbon, which could lead to a pullback just to test the ribbon before continuing to move up. And that pullback could happen again down here around that 29.5 level, which would be in line with these two wicks and just about at the ribbon. So this week, with lighter volume perhaps, Bitcoin's price does pull back to the ribbon. And then next week, if the momentum and volume returns, Bitcoin's price could then push back up. Now, if we jump over here to the weekly candles for Bitcoin, we can see that the EMA ribbon has finally flipped with the green ribbon on the top now, with the blue ribbons moving towards the middle and the red and yellow ribbons moving towards the bottom. And it's been a pretty long time since we've had this flip. So this flip could indicate the start of the next bull market for Bitcoin. However, Bitcoin has run into resistance right around this 31,000 where it ran into resistance previously, sold off, tested the ribbon, held above the ribbon, which again is bullish, and then the price of Bitcoin did push back up. So does this end up being kind of a double top and we get another pullback into the ribbon before proceeding up? I guess since we don't make predictions, we will just have to wait and see and watch Bitcoin's price action to lead us towards possibilities or probabilities. So with that all in mind, we'll jump back over here to the daily candles one more time, and let's take a look at some potential price targets, both towards the top side and obviously if Bitcoin's price dumps. And we can do that by adding in our Recon Auto Fib retracement indicator, and that is swinging from the high of 31,000 down here to 25.8. And right now a key level to keep an eye on is going to be the 786 level coming in at 29,889, or again right around that 30,000 level, and obviously up here at the 31,000 where it's actually swinging from. These would obviously be the first two levels that we're watching. Now with that in mind, if the bulls can push the price above 31,000, get a close above 31,000, then really our next target is more than likely up here around the 1272 level, and that's going to come in at 32.4 or right around 32.5. And so that would more than likely be our first target towards the top side for Bitcoin. After that, the bulls would be looking up at the 1618 level, which would put Bitcoin's price at 34,200, which again, right around that 34,000 level, more than likely would be a psychological level of resistance. However, on the flip side, if the bears can continue to reject the price up here around 31,000 to 31.5, you see these big wicks on the top of the candles up here, that is selling pressure. If that sell pressure continues up in these levels and the bears can eventually crush the price down below the 786 level or this 30,000, and again, as we noted before, more than likely this 29.5 level, the next target for the bears is going to be the 618 level, which is right at 29,000. Again, more than likely, one of those psychological levels, those round numbers, break down below 618 or 29,000. Then Bitcoin's price could be headed down to the 50% level, which is around 28.4, or more than likely down to the 382 level, which would put it at 27,793, so just under 28,000. A breach below 27.8 and Bitcoin's price could be headed to the 236, which is coming in at 27,000. Once again, I can't tell you how often we see these psychological levels play a role in price of any asset. And if 27,000 fails to hold, then perhaps Bitcoin's price would be headed right back down into this area where we see all these wicks and candles coming into, and that would be around 25.8 or just shy of 26,000. So I think that's enough jaw-jacking for this video. If there are any major changes in Bitcoin's price, I will do an updated video. So now would be a good time to shoot that subscribe button so you don't miss out on future videos. If you like this video, do me a favor, spike a like. If you have any questions or comments, drop them in the comment section down below. And until next time, remember, never send your money into battle without first doing your recon. See you in the next video.